Guess who?
Two grooms
In a pod.
I'm Cleo.
And I'm Shannon.
And we are coming to you
Blake.
live and tardy for the party. But hey, if it's before Sunday, we're doing good. With this episode number 29, it is. And how are you doing today?
Doing well.
Very good. Very, very good.
How are you?
I am going back to work on Monday, so I'm in denial, going through the stages of grief. I can only imagine people out there who work jobs that you hate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry for you because...
Why are you looking at me?
Well, because I'm talking to you. But I'm sorry for people who are working jobs that they hate because, no one likes to work. Even when you like your job, sometimes you just don't want to work. You want to be at your own whatever, know?
True.
And, or you don't want to be beholden to a schedule. I'll work on Monday, but can I start at 1? It's just like things like that.
Yeah, I get it.
And so I only can imagine if you did not like your job. I remember I've talked about this on the podcast before.
Mm-hmm.
And if I seem like I'm using over elocution today, it's because when I'm listening to the podcast, sometimes I'm like, I'm not as articulate as I imagine myself to be in my mind.
Yes.
So I'm going to try
be yourself. To
be myself, but also to be clear.
Okay.
We get better. It's like it's like a music artist. You listen to your old album and you go, hey, this is where I could be better. This is where I could improve. So I listen to the podcast and I think, okay, this is where
I get it.
I could improve.
Because I critique myself as well.
Yeah, it's that's a good thing to do, I think.
Yeah.
But
it takes time.
Yeah, it takes time, practice. But getting back to it, I feel sorry for people who don't. And I love my job, love what I do, but I don't like to work. I told you in the past life I was an independently wealthy, probably woman, self-made, and self-made, independently wealthy woman, self-made woman, more than likely black. Who knows?
Okay, Madam CJ.
I was about to say I was probably Madam CJ Walker in another life. Okay, and that's why all the non-riches feels wrong.
Well, I have a similar feeling.
You do?
I think I was poor in my former life, so that's why I am so
ambitious.
Money conscious.
Okay.
Money conscious.
Yes. Because you were poor.
Yes.
See, I was not poor in my past life. I wasn't. I was quite wealthy.
I was poor.
Yes.
I'm struggling because I have that mentality.
Were you black?
A penny.
In your past life?
I think I was another nationality.
You think you were another one? Mm-hmm. Like another ethnic group?
Yes.
Any idea, possibly, who it was? Let's get somebody riled up. Oh, he don't want to be black. I see.
I didn't say that. I just have a feeling I was probably white.
That's not
another country.
White in another country, like you were Irish or something?
Yeah.
Eating potatoes?
I think I was probably English.
Oh.
From London or something.
That's right. He does love all the British shows. He loves them. You do.
Yeah.
It's reminding you of home in your past life. Yes.
Yeah. Subconsciously, I think I was.
A poor white Brit.
Yes.
And a rich black woman.
Yes.
Yes. Interesting past lives. Yes.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. I can imagine it. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I think in a future life, if I come back, and oh God, I'm not even sure if I want to. But if I do come back, I should come back as like a musician of some sort, like a DJ, maybe a chef. I think that could be, but a celebrity chef. Okay, not a poor chef. A celebrity chef. Everything's rich, rich, rich.
You're rich.
In the future. Yeah, I'm not rich now, so the universe owes me another go at it.
I think my next life, I think I'm going to be probably still a woman.
Still a
I
woman?
mean, you know what I mean. I'm going to be a woman.
You're going to be a woman. Okay,
right.
Okay, all right.
And I'm going to probably be some sort of I won't say social person, but I'm going to be in the field of helping others.
Okay.
So it's going to be, very but socially conscious.
Is this a hope or a belief?
I think it's a belief. It's a belief.
It's a belief.
It's not
okay.
a hope.
Okay.
I think I want to be fabulous and rich.
Yes.
And
put it out
beautiful.
There.
Yeah.
put it. Oh yeah.
I do.
I left beautiful out. I wouldn't mind that, but I don't care. As long as I'm rich and if you got enough money, everybody's gonna think you're beautiful.
Right. True.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
I don't know why the woman thing is prevalent. I don't know.
It's our feminine energy. And as homosexuals, we tend to have strong feminine energy. Or we have had access to the feminine energy.
I grew up with a lot of strong Black, women.
Sure.
Right? So
yeah. So there may be some admiration for that, but that still doesn't take away from what I'm saying, which is that as homosexuals, there tends to be a strong accessibility to feminine energy. And so there's a strong appreciation for the feminine.
There's an appreciation, but I love being a man.
Of course.
I love my
I love all the privilege that comes with being a man. Yes, of course. Yes.
But for some reason, I just think that my next life is going to be a softer one in many aspects.
Okay, soft life. Okay.
But I wish I were a man, because I think for me, being a man is easier in some ways.
Oh yeah, I'm sure most people would agree. It probably is. Yeah. It's just not as fabulous. Right. But moving on. So we have just celebrated our 2-year anniversary. It feels
way longer.
Feels way longer than that. And we mean that in the best way.
Yeah.
It's just the relationship is so rooted, I think is the good word. And it's stable. That just feels like the base is stable. Right. Something that only happens with a lot of time.
Yeah.
So that's why we say that. I mean, you agree? I'm not going to put words in your mouth.
I agree.
So we were trying to figure out what we were going to do for vacation for the anniversary, and we wanted to do something that we hadn't done before. And we decided, we're talking to friends, and everyone had different opinions about what to do and suggestions. And
locally here.
Yeah, we didn't want to go too far. We agreed that it needed to be within a 4-hour drive or less.
But I mean, most of our local friends.
Yeah, local friends. Yes. And so we thought about it, and we decided to go to a cabin. And we rented a cabin near Broken Bow, Oklahoma. It was a beautiful cabin.
It was.
And
it was really beautiful.
We headed out there on a Monday, and driving, not much really to look at.
No,
going out that way.
It wasn't.
And I was our little tired, so I started getting sleepy. So Shannon had to take over about halfway through. Not half, just
I think over
about
half.
The last 90 minutes. No, more than that.
No, I mean, you drove most.
I drove most of the way.
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
you did.
And so checked into the cabin. Beautiful.
Just once we got there.
Once we got there, because it was
off road a little.
It was a little off road.
A little, not totally off road.
Kind of going into hilliness, mountainousness. There was paved road, then it went into a rocky road, then it went
Yeah.
into like potholes to drive slow, and then our cabin was the Pine Coffee cabin, I think, or something like that, and
Yeah.
it was down on the driveway it slooped down,
Yes.
and when you exited, you went up almost. It felt like you were going straight up like a roller coaster. It felt like the car didn't actually.
It wasn't in a 90-degree, but
It wasn't a 90
it was
degree,
more than 45.
but it felt like we could have flipped over. But clearly we did not. But it was like you could not see the ground in front of the car because the car was so high up.
And you had to apply gas.
Yeah.
You could not slowly crawl up the
No, you had to.
driveway. So
Yeah.
you had to apply pressure.
And so that was an interesting going in and out of that, particularly at night. But they did a good job of putting little blue lights along the driveway so that you could navigate. But there was a big bathtub in the middle of the cabin and hot tub outside, which we didn't do the hot tub because we were scared of mosquitoes and we didn't bring mosquito repellent, and I didn't want to do all that.
Yeah.
We're
not really outdoorsy.
We're not outdoorsy gays. We're not.
The idea was beautiful because of the TV out there. It was just a beautiful setting.
Yeah, when it rained, we went out there and looked at the rain coming down. But yeah,
I think it would be better in the fall.
Yeah, when it's a little bit cooler, but we'll never know because we're not going back. Listen, Broken Bow, we don't want to alienate our fans in Broken Bow. The one, if we do have any.
I don't think anyone's tied to it like that.
I don't think so.
But
first of all,
be honest,
where were the blacks? First of all, when we got there, it was on a Monday. But at first, it took us 3 days before we saw any black people.
Yeah.
We went to a restaurant called the Blue Rooster, and the service was very nice. The young lady was so friendly. We were the only people in the restaurant. Somebody was leaving, like they had got a to-go plate. And there was a couple to-go call-in orders while we were there. But I guess, it's a Monday. It's a touristy town. There wasn't a lot of people.
I'm thinking that rush ended Sunday.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So we ordered the boudin balls, the fried chicken, catfish. We wanted to try those things out.
The corn on the cob was great.
There was fried corn on the cob, pinto beans. The food needed seasoning, just a little bit. I'm not saying it was unseasoned. It just needed more seasoning.
It was too basic.
It was very It
wasn't like.
It was like I come to a restaurant to get this.
Yeah.
I could do this at home.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything special about it.
No.
I will say the chicken was fried well. It was juicy.
The chicken was good.
It was good. It was seasoned fine. Yeah. Like it was like, oh, John's mom, she's frying chicken. Oh, John's mom, who, her husband's the pastor of the Baptist church, the white Baptist church, yeah. And she throw a little garlic powder and salt and pepper in there and stuff in the flour. The truth, it's juicy. You eat it, you know what I mean? But you're not like dreaming about John's mom's chicken. So it was fine.
True.
The boudin ball had better.
Actually, it wasn't bad for me. The boudin balls.
It wasn't bad,
but
it was a little plain Jane.
Yeah,
to me. The catfish, let's not even talk about it. I don't want to be. If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
Yeah, you were really upset about not upset.
Not upset, but disappointed.
Yeah, I felt you. So once we got back, I said, okay, let me get him some real catfish once we got home. But
yes. So we did a lot of lounging, watching TV, binging TV shows,
sleeping,
movies, sleeping in. Yeah. I still did a little work emails here and there, but it was good. We went to the casino. We didn't gamble. We went there to eat because it was just
kind of just
Just trying to
found
find
it.
a good restaurant, yeah, to eat
Didn't
at.
know it was over there.
Yeah, we didn't know it was going to be there. The smoked wings were good. The
Yeah,
appetizer
that was good.
was good. I had the pork chops, which were salty.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah,
Hmm.
you had, what did you have?
I had shrimp,
And it was
jumbo shrimp.
jumbo shrimp that was overcooked,
It was overcooked.
and it was
It was.
tight. They were
It was
tight.
tight.
Because
Yeah.
I learned by watching Corday Brown or
Hmm.
Cartier Brown,
Hmm.
the Delicious Miss Brown on Food Network, that your fried shrimp should curl, but it shouldn't be curled tight. Because if it's curled tight, that means it is
Yeah.
overcooked.
Hmm. I could tell.
Yeah. So once again, a strikeout. So by this point, I was talking to one of my friends on the phone, and he said, girl, when you go to a cabin, you're not supposed to be eating out. You're supposed to. That's why it's so remote. You bring groceries and you cook, and he was saying that you bring a chef, and I was like, girl, ain't nobody paying for no chef
Yeah, bad time for that.
to come do all that, girl. I'm a chef. So we just
I
got.
didn't want you to have to cook.
I really didn't want to
Right.
necessarily cook, but when we were paying the money, we were paying for food that was not quote, tasty.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind spending money on food, but I like the food to be delicious.
Yeah, we tried twice and it was
Yeah.
like,
So
okay, I don't think it's gonna work.
so we kept it simple. Burgers. I mean, I did make with bacon and eggs and toast. We just kept it real simple for the rest of our time there. So
Hmm.
it really wasn't about food necessarily,
Yeah.
but it was a nice experience as far as the cabin goes. And so I would say,
I mean, if we went back, I wouldn't be mad, but it would be us knowing that we're just gonna stay in.
and I would also recommend maybe inviting some other people and maybe staying at a bigger cabin,
Larger. Yeah.
so that it becomes a little bit more of a social event. So I understand now why people do that. Although
Yeah.
a lot of times the people that I know who do that, they be doing other stuff.
Yeah. We have to be careful who we bring
Yes, you gotta be
because
careful.
you can't stay with
Can't
certain
stay with
people
everybody
too long.
Too long. They start getting the itch. Like, girl, it ain't that kind of party, girl. Sit down.
What kind of friends you got?
Girl, what are you doing walking around here without no clothes on, girl?
We ain't doing that.
We're
That's
not
a
doing
different
that,
kind of
girl.
party.
Not that kind of party.
Mhm.
But anyway, so yeah, but it was just nice to
It was nice to get away.
get away, spend time with you. And on our way back, I think we were in, what town was that where we got some decent catfish on our way back?
I don't know what part.
I think it was Idabel. Was that Idabel, Oklahoma?
Maybe it was.
Where we got some decent catfish.
Mhm.
But anyway,
But it wasn't. It still wasn't like slap your mama.
no. No, it definitely was not slap your mom.
I was just thinking it was going to be a lot more since it was such a touristy area that it would pack more of a punch as far as food.
As far as food, as far as even things to do, I guess that's the other thing. It's the kind of place that you got to be somebody who likes to go boating. And I think maybe we just were not the clientele.
I don't think so. No.
Ultimately, not as a couple.
outdoorsy,
Yeah.
It's definitely hiking.
Yeah.
What is that other thing?
Canoeing, boating.
Yeah. And, being at the lake. And
Yeah.
because a friend of mine, he likes hiking. He's like, what did y'all do? Did y'all go hiking? I'm like, really?
No.
He knows that's
it was
not
so
my cup of tea.
hot, too.
Yeah, it was hot.
It was
But
very
then
hot.
it rained, too. It rained really hard.
Yeah. For like one day, but it was hot most of the time. It's too hot to go out, y'all. Who's trying to do that? But
We wanted to relax.
Yeah. We wanted to relax, and we definitely did that. So I don't feel bad about coming back and working hard, going into the semester. So, because that's what's about to happen. So, 2 years, moving into the next year. Is there anything that you would like, your hopes or dreams moving into the new year for our bliss?
I mean, continue our connection.
Mm-hmm.
and work on us individually that will help us, as a couple.
Yeah.
But just excited about more memories and experiences,
Yeah.
and incorporating our family at like we do. Probably
Mm-hmm.
more so my family because they're a little further away, so it
Mm-hmm.
takes more of
Sure.
a job to get them over here. But I think just continue to grow
Mm-hmm.
our relationship, and that's mostly. I know that's really broad, but
Well, that's good. That's good.
yeah, and definitely work on our health and fitness,
Mm-hmm.
and just enjoy our togetherness.
Yes. Yes. I agree.
Yeah.
I think for me, I want to purposefully date more. In terms of just do the kind of things you do when you first start getting with somebody, doing some of those things more. Some of the, we have some of those getting to know you cards, games,
Hmm.
and breaking those out.
Right.
Purposefully saying, okay, I'm taking you. I'm going to take you out and not tell you necessarily where we're going to go, and just kind of have a date plan. And that doesn't mean it has to be elaborate, right? It could just be we go to a nice basic restaurant, have a meal, and then
Hmm.
I don't know, go watch the sunset somewhere. It doesn't have to be nothing crazy,
You won't be outside, so
Right? But we'd be in the car with the air conditioner running. That's what we're watching it
okay.
from the inside.
I get it. Just do some fun
Just a
stuff,
bit more
not just sitting in the
romantic,
house.
yeah, purposefully romantic stuff. I think I like to see that for us, but
Okay.
otherwise, I think we're on a good track.
We are.
On a good track.
We have a great support system. Everybody's asking, congratulating us, our family,
Mm-hmm.
on our, wedding and anniversary. And so they're always checking in on us.
Yeah.
I know my family's always asking about you and us and
Mm-hmm.
how things are going. And
Well,
so
my
that's a great
family,
thing.
my family never asked, but that's okay. That's how we are.
I mean, your mom talks to me. So that's our way of,
That's good. That's good.
connecting with me. So that's cool.
Yeah, I'm glad she does.
Yeah.
Uh, so let's look at some other things here. So I was talking to somebody the other day, and he was talking about a friend of his who does sex work. So this guy, let's call him Kevin.
Gotta give him a sexier name.
Okay,
I only said that because of book, right?
I'm gonna cut this part out. His name.
Okay. I cannot believe you said that. No.
Yes, his name said it.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of like Be More Blues or something,
That's the band's real name. So, like I said, we're just gonna call him Kevin. Okay,
Okay.
let's stick with Kevin. So, Kevin is, a 39-year-old sex worker, super fine, 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 and he has been seeing a client that's in his 60s for some time now. A very wealthy client.
Mm-hmm.
Let's call the wealthy client. He's a wealthy old white man named John. John the John. Okay.
Mr. John.
This is John. And Kevin is a 39-year-old black man.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait.
So,
Have you cleared the story?
I don't need to clear the story.
You don't?
I don't need to clear the story.
You don't?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Okay. I'm looking out for you.
I'm confident that this is a generic enough story.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's a generic enough story.
Okay.
I mean, it's not really generic, but
Okay.
hey, living on the edge. So, Mr. John and Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
have been seeing each other for quite some time. Mr. John has probably supplemented Kevin's lifestyle in many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, Kevin's like going through social media and he sees Mr. John on a trip with a younger, fine-looking man. So he calls up Mr. John and go, "Hey, what's going on? I saw you on a trip. Is that you got you a new boo?" And he was like, "Well, yeah, I do." He's like, you're getting a little old now. So I got to get somebody younger. So he replaced him with a 23-year-old.
Ooh.
I said, girl, I hope she got her money together. I hope she got
If she was smart, she did.
I hope she did, because Mr. John, old ass, damn near 70, done went and got him a 23-year-old.
Hey,
Because he got it like that.
You got to understand the business, I guess.
Well, I will say Kevin was like, "Hey, listen, no harm, no foul." Did it hurt? It made Kevin feel a sense of rejection that he's never really felt before, but it also made him go, "Hmm." But to Kevin's credit, Kevin still works another job. Kevin has bought a house through all this stuff, so Kevin has been prepping for this day.
Oh, as long as he knows that
he knew the day could come.
He would need to retire.
He just thought he had a few more good years, which he still has some good years in him. Other people want him or whatever, but maybe the kind of when you are at the prime of your youth and physicality, these people who pay for sex are doing more things, and they're like, "Here's my black card. Let me buy you a car. Let me fly you all over here to and fro." Like that's happening. We think us regular people, we think, that sounds fiction, but it's happening. There's people who live in that life.
I almost had a life like that.
Oh, do tell, what happened?
I was younger and a little too independent. I didn't know what was being offered.
Oh, was the person being subtle?
Not real subtle. I was just naive about a lot and too independent. Like, why would I want to do that with somebody I really didn't like?
Ah, gotcha.
So for me, it wasn't like I don't want to use him, and I didn't want him to use me.
Well, he was like, "Use me, honey." So he was like, "Use me up."
Nah, I'd rather not have it than to deal with something like that.
Yeah, I never had such an opportunity. I probably would have heavily considered it.
Yeah.
That's what we all say, maybe, until we get it in front of us, maybe. Who knows? That's what depends on who's pitching it and how they pitch it and what the requirements are. Because you heard about them women who go on who like beautiful model-esque women are talking about, "Oh, I made $30,000, $50,000 in a week or something." And what happened was they had to go over to Dubai and get urinated on, defecated on by these rich people. Girl,
I guess there's a price for everything. For some people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was never like that for me.
Where is the line on that one? Ugh.
Money. People are ruled by money.
Because to me, I would be also scared that if people are willing to do that, why don't they just, you're already over there, why don't they just snatch you up and leave you in a cage somewhere? Probably
because for them, they like new and fresh. So they can get them all the time. Money's not an object. I'm like you. I kind of would be thinking, if I go over there, what's the odds of me not getting out of that situation?
Yeah, I'd be worried.
I would be holding my passport.
And you can't be holding on to your passport when they peeing on you.
Right. They could take everything. So I think, they're probably lucky. Very lucky.
I mean, and maybe it's a up and up thing. Maybe it's that agreement that they all have to do that. It's on the up and up, but
with the sex trafficking stuff going on.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that would be careful.
Yeah, but God bless those people. But I feel like a moment like this, I really need a producer to be Okay, y'all getting off
Good
track.
transition.
Bring it back.
It's
Um,
okay.
is it okay?
We'll get there.
There- Uh, so where I was actually going before I had the idea about the sex worker,
Mm-hmm.
um, was my friend was talking about this couple that he knew who part of their brand, they have a big brand off of their relationship on social media. They make a lot of money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, it's almost like their full time job uh, doing this. But he was saying that when he talked to them in person, or when he goes out to dinner with them, that because they're so on all the time for the cameras, they're really off for each other when the cameras aren't there. That they're pretty. The energy's not consistent.
They're not connected.
The connection doesn't feel
Okay.
as it looks like when it's on the camera.
Okay.
And I was saying, well, I wonder what happened first. Did the relationship get sacrificed for the business, or are they,
Well, that never really
or
was
was it never really there?
Yeah.
You know, or are they really connected like they always were, but they're just manufacturing something that the audience wants to see?
I think it's probably a combination of all of that.
Mm.
I'm thinking.
Well, when he talked to the girlfriend who's in it about it. It's like, girl, what's going on, and what have you? And she said it is a little bit of, you're so tired of performing,
Mm-hmm.
you just, when do you have a time to take off?
Gotcha.
So sometimes you take off, really, I guess, during a time where you should be recharging with each other.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I get it. But there's a price to pay for that
Yeah.
kind of public persona
Mm-hmm.
that you kind of lose yourself. And if you lose yourself, you kind of lose yourself with your partner too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I can understand how it could be a lot
Mm-hmm.
performing and being pulled and having to,
Yeah.
pretty much just feel like you're always on.
Well, this brings me to couples therapy that's on HBO.
Mm.
And on the show, I know I was going to have you watch an episode and we were going to watch and comment on it, but then I looked up the rules about it, and Spotify and YouTube and stuff will block your account if you're playing whatever. So we're going to talk about it. I'm going to bring up some situations from the show Couples Therapy on HBO, and I want you to kind of give me your thoughts about it. All right. So one of the couples is a couple, I don't remember their exact name, so I'm gonna make up some names with them. I feel like
Probably can't use their name either, right?
well, they are on TV shows. So I can use their names.
Okay.
Alex and Juan. We'll say that. Okay. So Alex is deaf. He can read lips.
Mm-hmm.
And Juan, he's not. He's hearing. And so through their journey, their couple, they're there mainly because Alex has decided that he wants to have an open relationship. Mm-hmm. And he told Juan, after about 5-6 years being together, I think I want an open relationship, and that you either going to take it or leave it. If you want to be with me, you're going. This is how it's going to be. If you don't want to be with me, then
let me go.
And Juan's like, well, I want to be with you, and so we're going to figure this out. And so, over the course of the couples counseling and everything, Alex is very much, I need my freedom. I don't want to be tied down. I don't want to feel like I can't maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
And so
it sounds like Alex just wants to be single.
Well, that's how I was judging him, but I was trying to keep it open. Okay. But I figured, like, if he didn't want to be single, if he wanted to be single, he would just break up with old boy.
sometimes people play those games.
if he wanted to be. And so Juan is just like, I want to understand why. Tell me why. What's well, why do you feel like you're being this way? And a lot of it went back to childhood, allegedly. I say allegedly because I didn't really buy some of the stuff he was talking about. He was talking about how his father abandoned him and his mother abandoned him or whoever else abandoned him. Um, and maybe he was almost giving Juan an opportunity to abandon him before he like he was being in control of the abandonment. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
But Juan has a different issue of holding on to people who reject him. That's his thing from his childhood trauma.
Oh, okay.
Family rejected him, pretending to be straight for his family, all this kind of stuff. So he has a different kind of situation, kind of energy.
Okay.
Which I guess this is working out for them. Well, eventually, as we go on, Juan comes in one day. He says, I decided to, okay, I'll do this with you. And we went to the bathhouse and we had a great time. We played together. And then I was like, okay, we've been here for about 2-3 hours. Let's go home. And then Alex was like, no.
I ain't ready to go.
Alex was like, I ain't ready to go. I'm just getting started.
I could have told you that. I could have told you that.
I'm like, first of all, 2-3 hours, girl, really? What is there to do with 2 or 3 hours?
Oh, there's stuff to do. I'm quite sure.
2-3 hours? Ugh.
I'm quite sure. Yeah, that is a long time.
It's a long time. It was just, a lot of that is just standing around looking at people, I'm sure.
That's all it is.
But anyway.
For some.
For some. I'm sure for some there isn't. But, and so he was, he wanted to stay. He said he saw in his face the way he changed and shifted. His energy was got a little bit darker or whatever. But here's the big thing, to kind of moving on to the big kicker, which you will appreciate. So now they're both open. They're both practicing the open.
Okay.
And
okay, open together, open or
separate open, and both.
Okay.
So one day, Juan does not come home as usual.
Juan or Alex?
Juan
doesn't. Okay.
Juan
changes, flips.
Juan flips. Okay, girl, this is what we're doing. Okay. This is what we're doing.
Okay.
And Alex is blowing his phone up. Where you at? Where you at? I thought you was usually home.
Huh.
What's going on?
All right. If you want to play, let's play.
And that's what the psychiatrist, the therapist was like, okay, what did we unlock here?
Yes.
And he was like, I didn't realize that I did have some jealousy and that maybe I was only thinking about me doing it and I wasn't considering what happens, to the other person,
right?
When they're doing it,
and
everything. And so they had that whole thing, and where they left off, I think they still doing that shit, I guess. But they, I don't see it for them.
That's a disaster waiting.
Yeah, I don't see it for them. They only can follow them for 3 months, but so I don't see it for them. So what's your take on that?
I think Alex is just a hoe, and he was doing his own thing, and that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah,
and he knew that the kind of person that Juan was or is, and he knew that he could get away with it until he couldn't get away with it.
Until he couldn't.
And now the tables maybe are shifting, or he's getting just a little bit of what he's been giving.
Right.
And he doesn't like the way it feels.
Yeah.
And that's where I think the problem's going to happen.
I tell you, looking at couples therapy, which I binged that show, I was like, I don't want to be in a relationship. But not in this relationship. But I mean, looking at them, those people and what they were going through,
I couldn't.
I was like, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship if that's what it means to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I did see myself in past relationships involved with people like that, where you're so disconnected. Like there was this one couple, straight couple. So the man, I think his name was Boris. He's a writer, and his wife Jessica had at first traveled for his job. They moved to Montana, but clearly Jessica is a more metropolitan woman, and uh, essentially she was losing her mind in Montana. There was just nothing for her there.
Okay.
But for Boris, he was a professor. He was the shit,
He was, yeah.
you
He was doing
know.
his thing, but she was suffering.
But she was suffering. But they had an agreement that they would, for so much time, do what they need to do for each person's career.
Okay.
So now it's Jessica's time. They're in New York and they own a house and all this kind of stuff.
And she's starving.
And now Boris is acting a fool.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling the therapist, I'm essentially, I'm in this dark place. I can't be happy here. I don't want to own a home. I don't want all the stuff that goes with owning a home. I guess kind of like, I guess renting or whatever, I guess.
Okay.
And I don't have a job here, and and she doesn't understand it. And she's just like, I've told you, I understand. And I'm sorry that you're feeling this way. And he was like, I don't believe you. Oh, and she is just, you can see her just like the frustration and the trauma that she's going
Right.
through. And he just like, she doing all that, but
So
she don't really, she don't mean this.
so he's not giving her the grace that she gave.
He's not giving her the grace that she gave him. And he's saying that she's not hurting enough for him, that she's not seeing his hurt enough. And she's like, what do I got to do? I got to open up a vein for you to see that I hurt for you. And he was doing stuff like this too now. She said, well, who does the stuff around the house and who cooks? And he said, well, she said he mostly cooks and
Mm-hmm.
and does the shopping. She said, he cooks and does the shopping too. Well, he likes things done a certain kind of way. And they're like, well, what do you mean he likes things done a certain kind of way?
Mm-hmm.
And they say the tomatoes. Whenever she tries to do something, he'll say tomatoes. Well, what about the tomatoes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently one time she bought some very expensive tomatoes. And he was like, these are too expensive. Like, what are you doing? And they went bad fast or something. So he would rather walk a block past the grocery store that has the tomato,
Mm-hmm.
but the next block over, the tomatoes are $1 cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
He'd rather walk a block and go get those tomatoes.
Okay. Let him do it.
And then, right, let him do it.
Right.
But she was saying that she's never been with anyone that made her feel so essentially dumb, made her feel so incompetent. He tells her stuff like, "Oh, you're kind of forgetful and flighty and this and that,"
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "I've never been in a relationship where no one would ever describe me this way. So why am I this way with you?
And why is she allowing it?
And why is she allowing it?"
Yeah.
And that's my other question. Like, why are you doing it? Because he said to her, he said, the way you're describing me, why do you want to be with somebody like this? This person sounds monstrous.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, kind of long pause.
Because it finally hit her.
Right. And, and I forget what her answer was. Maybe they cut to commercial. I don't know. Let's split away from it. But then there was a point in the end because this man was unrelenting. He really wasn't compromising.
Okay.
And she's just crying and he seemed untouched. And so we move on to some other couples. And
there was no resolution?
Well, we're coming back.
Okay.
And then we come back to them and then they're like, fine. I mean, like they're fine. Like they've come, like, because they're showing different clips of the therapist talking to other therapists about her clients and what she's going through with them.
Mm-hmm.
And she's talking about how everybody else she's making movement with, but not with these guys, with Boris and Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
And so we see them and they're like kind of, connected and smiling. And I'm like, well, what happened? And well, she's like, well, I had told Boris to move out. I had told him to move, he got to go. And Boris was like, I was dragging my foot on it because I had planned a great birthday surprise for her. And I didn't want to ruin the birthday surprise. And so I didn't move out. And then her birthday came and we took it, had a great surprise. And then we danced and together and we just blah, blah, blah. And it just brought back the memories. And, and the doctors go, so what could I have done to have gotten y'all to this point? because you did it without me. The doctor was like, I didn't do this.
Right.
And they were like, well, you could have come dance with us. And I was just like, this is some bullshit. This something ain't right with this.
Yeah.
And
It don't
so,
sound like it sounds like it's a moment.
bam.
Okay.
So what I did, I took the Googling, Boris and Jessica. What's good?
You will research.
I will research.
Right.
And on Reddit, there's a thread about Boris and Jessica because
Really?
other people
Oh wow.
too thought that this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
And people were saying that there's theories. People are alleging
They did it for TV.
they did it for TV. They did it for clout.
Yes.
They performed all this
Right.
for clout because he's the author. Like, I ain't never heard of him until this Boris McAfee, whatever his name is, and he's written several novels or what have you.
So they're fake.
But she's a psychotherapist, allegedly fake. Well, the thing is, like, you're a psychotherapist, you acting like a psycho in this thing. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know.
So so that's the part of, I guess, social media and TV that kind of sheds some doubt on
the authenticity of
Yes.
people on these things. Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Yeah.
There's a degree of, are you faking?
Right. Right.
Are you performing?
So we don't know the truth.
We don't know the whole truth, especially with those guys. I mean, I guess not with anyone, because when you're doing therapy, there's a degree of maybe trying to protect yourself at some point a little bit, maybe trying to
So holding back a little
holding back. You don't want the therapist to see all your flaws right away.
Right.
But when you know this is going to be shown to the world, I'm sure there's a certain way you may cover up, but
Or perform.
But I'm sure that there was some authentic moments. But Boris and Jessica, I just didn't see it because Boris was a self-described monster. At just the way his behavior was so unbearable. There was another couple called, I think, was it Allison and Jody or something, John, I can't remember. But they just, she was so quick to, he was like, well, I don't know. He was kind of the lower key one. She was the high key one. And he was like, well, I don't know. I mean, I kind of disagree. Well, why you say that? Why you say that? And then the therapist was like, why are you angry? Are you angry? And she's like, I'm not angry. It's like, well, you sound angry.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's very interesting. It was very interesting. Couples Therapy on HBO. Interesting show. I recommend it.
I've been seeing clips on, I think, TikTok or
yeah, that's
IG
what sent me there. Finally, I got tired of seeing the clips. I said, let me go see it for myself.
I think I sent you one.
Mm-hmm.
And and then, before I knew it, you were watching the full episodes.
Yeah, so it was the perfect time to binge it. Okay, let me see. Okay, so for this last topic, with that woman, I can't think of her name. She's put gay marriage back before the Supreme Court. Whatever her name is, the woman who's been married 3 times, who had a baby on her first husband with a third husband, and whatever her name is. But with all that going on right now, I really think now is the time where we've talked about this before, where pride is really important. Gay pride is important. Right. Being out there is important, and everything. Just existing can be a form of protest sometimes. Just existing in your truth and existing out loud. So in this time where we oftentimes feel like there's nothing we can do, oftentimes I feel helpless. Let's talk about some small things that we're doing maybe to feel less helpless. Are you doing anything to help yourself feel less helpless about what's going on in the world with the politics, the gerrymandering, the Epstein files, the every day there's something new going on with Trump as usual. the kidnapping of people with ICE, and then also there's this imbalance of kidnappings with black people, particularly black children.
Right.
What are you doing to combat stuff in this world on your own?
I'm not doing anything. I'm not an active person like writing my legislators
Uh-huh.
and getting and doing what activism work
Yeah, uh-huh.
specifically. No,
Yes.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
I'm just not a active person like that.
Okay. All
I
right.
wish I were, but this just not in my
And
makeup.
I don't think everybody has to be in the streets or even necessarily writing. So if you're not doing something, I think you're probably not alone. A lot of people aren't. So but do you feel like there's room if you, is it because you're not sure what you can do to make some differences that fit your, that fit you?
A combination of things because I'm not really an outward person.
Mm-hmm.
So this platform that we're
Mm-hmm.
experiencing right now and developing,
Yeah.
it's new to me. This
Sure,
is
sure,
the
yeah.
most
Sure.
active that I've ever been in regards to my sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
As far as politics, I've never been active in trying to promote,
Mm-hmm.
as far as like getting people to vote or just getting the
Mm-hmm.
word out on different issues. So
Yeah.
no, I just haven't.
I think that's fair, but I also think that we got to change that. I think that because I don't feel like, and I say we because I am in a certain way, definitely not in a major way, but in some ways, and if we're, I feel like if I'm doing it, and I believe that you should do it too, you people who are listening to the podcast, watching the podcast, because it's going to take all of us to make this change happen, and I think I got to get you doing some stuff too. And to me, doing stuff can be something simple as you donate $20 to your senate, whoever's running for senate or house or whatever the local government
Yeah,
is,
I get it.
in your state, which is that, and that's a big way where how I do it. I will take the people who I see who are fighting, Jasmine Crockett,
Mm-hmm.
Elijah so and so, all the different people, and I may, even if it's just like, okay, I'm gonna split up $100 between 10 different Democrats who are fighting the fight. Even like, sending some money to Gavin Newsom and to keep running those ads to troll Trump.
Got
It's
you.
like, I think just doing something little, even if you are a reposter. I'm a avid reposter.
Well, I do
You
that.
know,
I
but
I think when I
yeah.
hear you say do something, that means get up off the couch, get outside.
Well, I
Not
mean,
necessarily with a flag or parade or
yeah,
whatever.
that is the ideal thing. That is
Yeah,
the ideal thing. But I'm just saying, yeah, if you, what are the different ways? Because not everybody has some people got to go to work.
true.
Some people got to go to work.
Right.
You don't have, you can't take time off to go march, or you can't risk getting arrested, or you're not physically able to walk and stand in a long time out
I
there
get it.
protesting. So what do you do? That's why I say take the coins. If you can't, don't have the money, then you need to use your time. So maybe you do go to a sign up to do calls, you know, through the party,
Right.
to call people and or what have you. I just think that now is the time, because we're not in a place of like, oh my God, we're at the point of no return. We're at a point where I can see people go, was not quite that bad. But if you don't see how we are headed to the cliff,
Right.
like we're headed towards the cliff.
Yeah.
We're headed back. We're headed towards a reverse.
Well, yeah. Lots of things have
Yeah,
have been reversed.
yeah.
Some major things, and
Right.
we should do something to try to slow that process down,
Hmm.
or.
Yeah, I had someone who listens to the show message me, and it was a woman, because we were talking about I was talking about gay marriage
Mm-hmm.
being on the docket and everything. And this woman said to me, yeah, I really hate that this is coming up again. I never thought that we'd see Roe v. Wade get overturned, but as soon as it did, I went and had my tubes tied. And then she clarified, no, I didn't have them tied. I had them removed
Mm.
because I live in Texas and I don't want any chance of someone telling me what to do with my body.
Yeah, it's changing a lot of people's behaviors
Mm-hmm.
to a lot of things that they didn't think they would ever have to do in their
Right.
lifetime. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is important. And I think that our platform is one way to, I guess, start doing some things. I
Yeah.
guess we have to definitely think about different topics we talk about, or just
Sure.
getting the
Sure.
word out
Right.
on the platform. Yeah.
Because we want to keep it. Listen, you can go anywhere and get bad news. You can go anywhere and get bad news and
Yeah.
hear happy things. So we want to keep it fun and everything like that.
Mhm.
But that's why I said, what can you do? Instead of just talking about, oh, it's so fucked up out there. Well, what can we do
I guess
about it? Is my thing. And so
information is key. So
yeah, but
talking about it is kind of like a form to a way to inform people,
yeah,
to get people
sure.
to think and
Hmm.
maybe motivate them somehow.
Yeah, but if you ain't motivated by to do something by just what we see, what you've seen. I don't know. I don't know what's going to motivate you at this point. Probably anybody who's not motivated now is not motivated because they don't feel affected by it. It,
That could be it
you
too.
know.
And again, uh, some people have certain levels of, I guess, activism.
Yeah.
But
And I totally understand that
yeah,
and ability, but I just mean, we're not going to be your news outlet, honey. Follow me on Instagram at chk_creates, girl. I'm always retweeting and on Instagram, I'm always reposting in my story something about this stuff
yeah, you're doing a
politically.
lot.
Uh,
I'm not.
but that's not everybody's mission.
Yeah,
But I'll do that, and then I'll throw in a cake repost about how to make a cake. I mean, because
you don't want to
yeah,
just be
yeah, just one
one
note.
note.
But I hope y'all can think about just some kind of ways that you can get involved. If you see, let's say you may see somebody who got arrested
Hmm.
protesting ICE, find their GoFundMe if you can, or and donate to their GoFundMe, or
Right.
just it's just the little things you can do to try to make the world a little better. Because just like I think I think every action has a reaction, right?
Yeah.
And you can put out a lot of positive reactions, even if it's just something simple as speaking to somebody when you see them at the grocery store. I know that sounds dumb, but I was thinking, like a couple of weeks ago, I was at the grocery store and I was going in, and this man was putting up his buggy as I was grabbing the buggy, and I spoke and I was like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And he just didn't say anything. He didn't acknowledge me, and I was like, "Well, great, thank you. Glad to know you're doing great."
Hmm.
And I was like, you know what? First of all, that man didn't owe you. He didn't owe me nothing. He didn't owe me a hello because maybe he didn't owe me nothing.
Nobody owes you
When you
anything.
speak to somebody, they don't owe you manners. Okay, manners would be nice because you know why? Because I was kind of in a. He kind of pissed me off, and I was taking that energy kind of with me throughout the grocery store.
Yeah.
And so that's what, and I began to think about that. About one, why am I giving this person I don't even know this power?
Control to change
Two,
your mood.
two, isn't that interesting? My reaction to that is making me react to another certain kind of way, which maybe means I'm walking past somebody else, giving them the stank eye,
Right.
maybe putting them in a bad mood, and boom, 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 boom,
You're
boom.
doing what he did to you.
Yes, in a different kind, yeah, in a different kind of way. And so I was like, okay, maybe we should work on passing forward, even if it's just a smile and a nod to a stranger, to start putting out more light into the world could be helpful.
That makes a difference because
Mm-hmm.
I think it's easy to listen to what's going on
Mm-hmm.
social media, the negative part of it, and just
Mm-hmm.
putting that out in the air.
Yeah.
So if you change it and not let it affect you and how you deal with people, that's a start too.
It is. It is most
It is.
definitely.
It is because there are times when I'm mad about something that I don't want to speak to people, and I'm really like, don't
Mm-hmm.
look at me to certain people,
Yeah,
and
sure.
I have to like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, that's not me,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to
Mm-hmm.
let it just not overcome how I am as a person.
Yeah, most definitely.
So because not everybody thinks the same. So you have to just be yourself. Don't let yourself get
Yeah.
lost
Mm-hmm.
in these trying times.
Yeah. I think that's a good note to end on. Don't let yourself get lost in these trying times.
Yes, yes.
I am Cleo,
And I'm Shannon
and this is Two Grooms,
in a pod.
and this is episode 29.
Yeah.
I think I said.
Wow. Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for hanging in there with us. Be sure to like and subscribe, and more importantly, tell a friend to listen to the podcast.
Yes. Keep them
Uh,
coming.
email us at twogroomsandapod@gmail.com if you have any show ideas, or you can DM us on Instagram. Also on Instagram, in our subject there, we have our, not the subject part, what do you call that part? The profile part. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have our P.O. box information there, because we got a P.O. box now, child. We got a P.O. box. And if
We're
y'all
in
wanna
business.
if y'all wanna, send something to us, you're more than welcome to send us a little, little something. You want to promote something on the website, it's P.O. Box 630141. I mean, promote something on the podcast. P.O. Box 630141, Nacogdoches, Texas 75963. How do you spell Nacogdoches? Nacogdoches. Nacogdoches. That's one way to think about it. That all, folks?
Yes. Think
That's all,
so.
folks.
Bye.